All right, you guys, thanks for joining me. Let's take a look at number 10. So on number 10, the parent function is just going to be 2 to the x. So the base is 2 on this exponential function. So I'm going to go ahead and t-chart. Oops, just a few points, okay? So I'm going to plug in a -2 into 2 to the x, -1, 0, 1, and 2. All right, so 2 to the -2 means 1 over 2 to the +2, so a fourth. 2 to the -1st means 1 over 2 to the +1, so that's going to be 1/2. 2 to the 0 equals 1, 2 to the 1st equals 2, and 2 to the 2nd equals 4. So we're going to go to -2 a fourth, -1/2, 0, 1, 1, 2, and 2, 4. All right, the next one would be 3/8. I'll put it on there just for good measure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. We know there's a horizontal asymptote, so I am not going to cross the x-axis. You'll notice that's going to be 2 to the x. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to take our function. I'm going to rearrange it just to put it in the order that we're used to looking at. We don't usually have 1 minus x. We usually have minus x plus 1. And then if there's a leading coefficient in front of the x, whatever it might be, you're going to have to factor that leading coefficient out so that you move the correct way, okay? So we know that whatever is inside the function lies to you, and it's the horizontal movement. And so we just want to make sure that we get that correct, okay? So by factoring out that leading coefficient, then you'll be moving the proper way. So let me go ahead and write it down here so we can write on top of it, okay? So the first thing we want to take care of is the fact that there's a negative in front of the x on the exponent there. If the negative had been here, then that would have been a reflect over the x because it's in front of the function. But the negative here is actually inside of the function. So this is going to mean reflect across the y-axis or reflect over y-axis. So I'm going to take all of my points and I'm just going to reflect them. This will stay here. This one will go over here. This one will go here. This one will go here. So this is going to be our graph of -2 to the x. I'm just kidding. That's our graph. Sorry, guys. That's our graph of 2 to the -x. All right, so now, remember, we're going RST alphabetically. Reflect, stretch or shrink, translate, okay? Well, we did the reflection. There's no stretching or shrinking. So we're now ready to do our translations. So remember, this is the one that does the horizontal movement, and this is the one that does the vertical movement. This one lies to you. You would think -1 would mean go left, but it means go right. This one tells the truth. You would think +3 would mean up 3, and it really is up 3. Okay, so we're going to go right 1, up 3, right 1, up 3 with all these dots. So right 1, up 3 will put me off my graph. Right 1, up 3 is right there. Right 1, up 3 is right there. Right 1, up 3 is there. Right 1, 1, 2, 3. Right 1, 1, 2, 3. The last number is special in that the last number is always your horizontal asymptote for these. So y equals 3 is where we're going to draw our horizontal asymptote guiding our graph. It's really important we have it there. So we know that our graph is going to stop right here. We can't go past it. So that's the final graph. So now we have to go in and see what we can do with my lab math, okay? All right, so we are looking at an exponential here. So I don't want to click this one. That's the logarithm tool. I'm going to click this one, place it anywhere on here. The first thing we did was we reflected across the y-axis. The next thing that we did is we went to the right one space. And then on ours, I forgot what it was, you guys, we went up 3. So Right one up 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell it to go. Oh, can I click on it again? Yeah, there we go. Let's tell it to go up 3. Make sure you have the same base. It's a base 2, right? For some reason, this number were different. You might have to type that in. Usually it's right from the get-go, but just in case. All right, let me double check. It goes through 0, 5. Let me check that ours went through 0, 5. It did. Okay, I think we have it in the right spot. So we're going to go ahead and click check answer. Now it's actually been incorrect on these, which is kind of strange, you guys. So I just want to point this out to you. So reflect across the y is a and b. C says the x-axis. It's out of there. We reflected across the y. This one says up 3. This one says down 3. Well, we went up 3. Now notice it's actually incorrect on the left 1 unit. We went to the right 1 unit. So there's kind of bizarre that it has this issue with the programming on this problem, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and click B because it's the best of them all, I guess, but technically that should say right 1, you guys. And it's weird because we clicked right 1 on the graphing part, so it knew it there. All right, and that is, I think, the end of problem 10, yeah. So that one was a tough one. It had so many different transformations on it, and we had to rearrange it in this to get it right in the first place, okay? So hopefully that helps you out with this really tough one, number 10. Take care, you guys.